Welcome back to the Kawiki Driver Development Program YouTube channel. I'm Casey Campbell. Thanks for watching, and be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. We are pleased to be joined by one of our 2024 finalists. It's Max Kahler from Caledonia, Illinois. How's it going?
Good, good. Thanks for having me.
It's been a pretty good year for you. You've had some pretty solid results. You have not gotten that win yet, but it's coming, bud. But what has this year been like for you?
Yeah, like you said, it's been a good start to the year for sure. A lot of podium finishes, a lot of top three finishes. Still chasing that checker flag, like you said, just need to get a little bit better and maybe find a little bit of luck there and, hopefully park this thing in victory lane and so we can do a Polish victory lap first.
Yeah. So, out of the seven races, what do you think you thought your best race was so far?
Um, let's see. Uh, the Midwest Tour race at Slinger was pretty exciting, finishing second to tie. That's almost like winning this year. Um, But yeah, we've had a lot of good ones. This past, not this Sunday, but Sunday before at Slinger, we finished third. Had a good car, started 11th, came up through the field the second. Caution came out, and then we lost one on a late race restart there. But we have a really good car at Slinger, so looking forward to going back there, this weekend and definitely for the Slinger Nationals. But same thing at the Dells. We've been right there every chance we got, and last time we were there, finished third. Made up a bunch of spots on a late race restart, so that was a lot of fun. And yeah, so just looking forward to basically all the tracks we go to this year. I think we have a good piece everywhere and can be competitive and find speed in our cars and be right there with these guys and hopefully pick up a win.
Okay, what's better, passing cars or starting up front?
Well, it's a lot easier starting up front, but it's a lot more fun passing cars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, okay, so getting a good qualifying run. Of course, you got, the invert here and all that fun stuff. It's what's that you've been bringing fast cars to the racetrack. Just kind of talk about like what have you kind of been doing? I know you had a solid year last year, but really, and another one this year, but is there any difference from last year to this year, you think, bud?
Yeah, quite a bit. I mean, this tire, race wise, it seems to be similar. But qualifying, we definitely are, a little bit off from where we were at last year. So we're trying to improve on that, always trying to improve on our race setup. I don't think we've gone to a track with the same setup twice this year. We're always trying to improve and kind of changing this or that. And, when you're close on setup, you can go to these tracks and have different options that you can try during practice, right? You can throw this set of shocks on with this bump package and see what happens. And just do a lot more fine tuning to get that little bit extra speed that you need, right? It's not like we're way off in left field where you're changing this or that, every time you're out, right? You're just tweaking on it a little bit to see, what might get you a little better and be a little bit faster than some of these other guys. It's racing in the Midwest, at least right now when the 91 ain't there, it's pretty tight. We're all really close in speed. So it's you need to have a little bit of an edge over your competition to get a win.
Yeah. Okay. So next few weeks are going to be pretty busy for you. And it's a pretty busy weekend for you this weekend. We got the third Alive for Five race at the Dells. That, of course, is Saturday. Saturday night. If you get Pit Road TV, you'll have the access to it. If you can't make it out there, they'll have the coverage for that. And then, of course, you get to turn the car around and go to Slinger on Sunday to get to try to get a win there. And if you can't make it there, Racing America will have the coverage for you at 7:30 p.m. Eastern time. So, two tracks that you've had some success with. Of course, last time we were at Slinger, you had a pretty good night out there. But kind of preview this weekend, third Dells race, and then another chance to chase a checkered flag at Slinger.
Yeah, well, excited to be back at both places. The Dells, we've been strong, need to be a little bit better. But got some different ideas to bring to that track and get her dialed in and hopefully have a good piece for the race there. And like you said, going to Slinger on Sunday and we've been really good there last time we were there, finished third and haven't finished, I don't think we finished worse than third there all year. So hopefully we can pick a win there. We're currently second in points, so chasing the title there and just really looking forward to this weekend. A busy weekend for sure. And then the following week, well, not really the following week, it'd be 7, 8, 9 days later, Slinger Nationals, which is a big one, and really looking forward to that race as well.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, it is the Slinger Nationals, which of course is of course Tuesday, July 9th. Of course of course also for those that know, I should probably mention this now. It is behind a paywall. So if you get Racing America, it is there is an extra fee attached to it. So I'm sure there's gonna be some contests and some free codes that you possibly could get. So stay tuned on that. And then yeah, it's gonna be this is gonna be a busy few weeks for you there, but Slinger Nationals, and then I think you're going to, and then it's Grundy County for the Midwest Tour. Uh,
Yep.
so pretty solid few weeks. What do you feel like you need to do? And I know you're the only driver that has not won for the program yet this year. You have won for the program in the past, of course, a couple times in 2021. But what's it going to take to get that first win of the year?
Just gotta keep trying to make our program better. Like I said, we're going to the racetrack with something different every time, just trying to tweak on what we have and make it just that little bit better. Just gonna kind of keep trying to improve and be better than our competition and get a little lucky and hopefully pick up a lot of wins here in the latter half of the year.
Remember, you got to be good and lucky at the
Oh
same.
yeah.
So
Oh yeah. A lot that's outside your control, that's for sure.
absolutely. Control the uncontrollables if you possibly can. Um, so of course, I know that you've also been very active on, on all your social platforms about all the charity stuff that you're doing. Kind of talk about that. I know you've been working with Nick Swish again, to kind of do that. And then for people that may not know, kind of explain, what that is. And I know you're also helping out your local church with some stuff.
Yeah, so Nick's Wish is similar to Make-A-Wish, which most people have heard about before, but they kind of target the people who missed out on Make-A-Wish. So it's like 18 to 25-year-olds, who are diagnosed with cancer or currently battling cancer. They help fulfill, a wish for them. So it's been really cool to help out that organization and hopefully grant a lot of wishes to deserving young adults. This last time we were at Slinger, we had a raffle with a bunch of hoods, one of my own and a handful of fellow competitors' hoods that Slinger had, and we're able to raise, close to $1,000 for Nick's Wish. And the first of the year, the first race at the Dells, we were able to raise about $1,800 for them. So that's really cool. And like you said, been helping out at the Compassion Closet, which is the food pantry at my local church, which is always fun to do. Help hand out food boxes to struggling families and individuals in my area. So that's really nice to give back to my community.
Yeah. And before we, I probably should also mention this. Well, why don't you tell the good people that are watching this call where they can find you on social media?
Yep, I can. It's Max Kahler on mostly everything and Max Kahler Racing. So,
Okay. All right. Let's I don't know if we've done this with you yet, but it's time I feel like we need to get to know you a little bit more. And there's only one way to do that. I've been asking a lot of people the 10 burning questions to some obviously for my high school coverage, but I figured I'd ask you this because the questions are kind of similar. All right, so here we go. Do you feel like you can get more things done in the morning or at night?
um, definitely the morning. Yes,
Okay. Morning person, not a night owl.
both. To be honest with you, I mean, yeah,
Okay.
not a very good sleep schedule, but
Okay. What's the hardest class you've ever taken? Like this could be high school, college.
um, boy, that's a good question. Physics too. That one was rough. Yeah,
Where was that? Was that college or high school?
college. Yeah, yeah.
Was that your sophomore, freshman year?
That'd be my sophomore year. Yeah,
Gee, yeah.
yeah.
Hey, you got through it.
I did.
What is the food that you will never eat?
Food that I will never eat. Oh man, that's a good question. Um, what is it like anchovies?
Yeah, no, not for
No.
me. What's the biggest thing people don't understand about racing?
Um, how much stuff changes week to week? You know, tracks aren't the same week to week, right? They change. The track conditions change. The amount of rubber that's on the track changes. Whether the sun's out, the sun's not out. This, that, the other. There's a lot of factors that go into how these cars handle and the setup these cars, have to perform.
Absolutely. What's the biggest thing on your bucket list right now?
Biggest thing on my bucket list right now. Win a race in 2024.
Good one. Um, okay, what are three things that you can't survive without?
Three things that I can't survive without. I don't know. Water, food. No, I don't. Um,
Well, that is true.
I don't know. I'm not like overly attached to a whole lot,
I
I would
mean,
say.
family, all the
Family, racing, um,
friends.
friends. Yeah. Yeah. I meant not overly attached to like certain objects, I guess is what I was kind of trying to. I don't know why I was thinking about objects when you said that, but yeah.
Well, I mean, I know some people have said like phones and all that stuff.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was like, I'm not really, I could
They're
live
not,
without my
they're
phone.
not- I mean,
Yeah.
racers are attached to their race car, not their phone,
Right, right,
unless they're making business calls. Uh,
right.
okay. Okay, this may be controversial. Rank your top five eating places. Like these are like restaurants, fast food, you name it.
Top five eating places.
Everything's on the table.
Everything's on the table. Hmm. There's a good place here called JMK. They're kind of like a Japanese type of, hibachi type place. That's really good. That'd probably be my number one, honestly. Um, Number two, we'll go pick a fast food place.
Premium fast food like Chipotle, Qdoba, they count too.
Yeah, neither of those two are on my list.
Yeah.
I don't think I've been. I might have been to Chipotle. I don't think I've ever been to Qdoba.
Um, okay.
Man, this is hard. I don't know. I don't know. I
Okay.
guess Culver's is pretty good.
Okay.
Those are my top two. I'll do top two. There we go.
Okay. All right. All right. Maybe I'll moderate. Okay. What are your top five favorite foods?
Top five favorite foods. Big fan of salmon. Yeah, that's a good one.
Salmon at
Um,
one,
Salmon. Let's see what's next. Steak for sure.
two.
Um, Boy, I don't know. Everything's just kind of the same, really. There's nothing that like really stands out that I would put on this list. You know what I mean? Um,
Does chicken stand out to you?
Depends what type of chicken. Teriyaki chicken, yes. That'd be number three.
Okay. What
Yeah.
about ribs? You like those?
Yeah. 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 But that'd be like number five. We need a number four.
Okay. You're in Illinois. How about good pizza or any style of it?
No, no, no pizza.
Oh,
Um, let's see.
burgers?
Yeah, I thought that was too broad, but we'll go burgers at number four. I
It's
eat a
not
lot of
too broad.
burgers.
Nothing's too broad on this list. Okay. What is the most proudest accomplishment you've ever had?
Proudest accomplishment. Boy, let's see. Proudest accomplishment. I guess we're gonna have to put winning short track a couple years ago. That was
The
yeah,
short
that
track
was
champ.
really cool. It was just, maybe not like overall, the biggest thing, that's ever happened, but just in the moment at that time period, it was, really, really surreal.
Is that the short track championship in, I think it
Yeah,
was 2020?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, 2020.
Just making sure.
More than a few years ago, but
Yeah. I'm like it was literally it was a blur. Um,
yeah,
I mean, well, because a year later, you had to play football in the spring, right?
yeah, yeah. That
Yeah.
was interesting for sure.
Goodness. Yeah, well, yeah, that happened. Yeah, I'm
And
like,
our practices were in the morning before school.
that's
So
right.
we had 5 a.m. practices, football practices, which ain't that bad. It's just not really used to that.
I don't think
And
people,
it's March, so you can't really be outside. So they're
yeah,
inside practices at 5 a.m.
I don't think people are used to getting up at 5 a.m. Here's the thing though. I know people get up at like 3, 4 a.m. if you like, oh, I gotta go in.
Right.
and blah 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 blah, or I gotta work at Starbucks or something like that.
Hmm.
Um, okay. Where do you see yourself 5 years from now?
That's a great question. That's a great question. I don't know. Hopefully, still win races, win a
Yeah,
lot of races.
yeah,
Doing really good racing wise, and be done with school at that point, and who knows what we'll be doing.
yeah. Okay. If you could tell your younger self something, what would you tell young Max?
What would I tell young Max? I don't know. Maybe just not stress over, all the real little things. Think of the bigger picture and work towards that every day, and you'll end up in the right place.
All right. Max Kahler, thank you so much for taking the time, and best of luck this weekend at the Dells and best of luck at Slinger.
Thank you.